here from Cooperative Kids of Agawam. And in the last video, I promised to give you some practical tools in how to be a more conscious parent and to be more aware of the messages that we are sending our children. And before doing that, I just want to emphasize the importance of the tools that you will be receiving and the importance of practicing them. It really doesn't matter what we know. The only thing that matters is what we do with what we know, right? Cooperative Kids, which is soon to be a research-based program, is founded on the philosophy of American psychologist Rudolf Dreikurs. And Dreikurs believed that all children basically have two needs. And those needs are, number one, they need to have a sense of belonging. They need to feel connected. And their second need is that they need to feel important. They need to feel that they matter, that they make a difference, that they contribute. And he called these two needs the genuine need of human behavior, the genuine goal of human behavior. So as I'm sharing these tools, I would like you to keep this in mind, that these tools are based on the research that has been done that shows what children really need in order to thrive and become successful and productive adults. Keep in mind that raising children today, in today's world, is much more challenging than it was when most of us were children. Children are exposed to so much more today than what I was exposed to when I was a child. And I would think you would agree that they're exposed to more than possibly you were exposed to. And many of the tools our parents used, even if they seemed that they worked then, they don't work today. And many of the tools, if we're really honest, probably didn't even work for us then. Children today live in such a fast-paced world, and it's so easy for them to begin to feel disconnected. And I'm going to tell you, a child in your family or a student in your classroom who feels disconnected is going to be an uncooperative child. It's just the way it is. When we send unintentional messages to our children that they are not important, or when we unintentionally do things that make them feel that they are not connected to us, we are opening the door to having children who are rebellious or uncooperative. Bill Corbett often says, rules without regulations equal rebellion. So how can we become a more conscious parent or teacher and be more conscious of the messages that we give our children? Here's the first simple rule I'm going to give you today. We must be in the moment with our children. Boy, that's a pretty big task in today's fast-paced world, isn't it? Here's how you can be in the moment. The greatest and most powerful thing you can do to keep yourself in the moment is to always be ready to ask yourself a powerful question. And here's the question I invite you to keep in the forefront of your thinking. What do I want to model to my child in this moment? So when your child all of a sudden says no and begins to throw a tantrum, the first thing you need to do in your self-management, because remember, you can't calm them until you first calm yourself. The first thing you need to get in a habit of doing is to ask yourself a question. What do I want to model to my child in this moment? Here's another question that will keep you in the moment. What is the message I want to give my child in this moment? And one more question you can keep handy. How do I want to feel about myself when this episode is over? Questions will bring you to the moment and give you the opportunity to make a choice that's going to be in your child's best interest and that's also going to be in your own best interest. To make a choice to treat your child in such a way that you are going to build your relationship with your child rather than tear it down. In the next video, I'll give you some more practical tools.